All right, let's talk a little bit about other ways to sterilize without a pressure cooker. We talked a little bit about this in another video, but you have two types of double boilers here. This one's too small, but I just want you to get the idea. We have 8 of the PPP cups, agar cups, and we could fit more on the side here. The problem with this one is I can't get 3, one right next to the other, and keep them level. So like I said, this one's too small, but this is the idea. You fill it with water, maybe just a little bit over this. You can do pretty much the same thing as with a pressure cooker, only you'll have to leave it a bit more time. For agar, I think it'll be perfect. A bigger one, of course, where you can keep them all flat. Because I've mentioned before, we just have these thin layers of agar. It's not like a whole jar of agar or a whole jar of grain spawn. So I've seen people get away with 30 minutes, which is what I give it in the pressure cooker, in the Instant Pot. So if you want to be on the safe side, leave it for 40 minutes. I don't think you will need more than 40 minutes for a few of these. The one drawback of this, the worst drawback, is that if you run out of water, you burn everything. These will melt, you'll just burn everything. Don't boil the water before you put stuff in, because then you'll have boiling water and you'll get burnt. Steam and hot vapors, and that'll burn you. So you set everything up with the water, then set it to high until it boils. As soon as it starts boiling, you put it in medium low or medium high, depending on your stove, and just keep the vapor going. Don't leave it on high. It'll boil the water off too fast and it may burn stuff still. So do that, and then leave it. For these, I would leave it for 40 minutes and you'll be set. Then leave them right there to cool down a bit, and do everything we do with the Instant Pot. Many people are just using this. If you Google Broke Boy, BOI, Broke Boy Tech, you can use it for your grains, all sorts of stuff. So if you need to sterilize or pasteurize big bags of grain spawn or substrate, not for cocoa coir, you don't need it, but if you were using manure-based substrate, you would need to either, some people don't like to sterilize it, at least pasteurize it. You can do that here. You could pasteurize it in about an hour and a half, but that's another video altogether. The good thing about this particular one is how big it is. Look at this stuff. And you can stack them with plenty of room to spare. You could fit a ton of jars or bags in here. The thing I like most about this particular one is look how wide, how much water you can get here, how tall this part is. Look at this. So if you see, that's like all the way up to here. It's like 4 or 5 inches of water down there, and it's so wide that you're not going to run out of water. I've kept it going for an hour and a half and have not run out of water. Just remember, on high until it starts boiling, then lower it to medium low, depending on your stove and what you're doing. You will need a big, wide stovetop. And a gas stove is better myself, but this is what we got. So, for example, if you were gonna pressure cook something that they tell you an hour and a half, I would go with it about 2 hours. To be on the safe side, I would give it about half an hour extra, maybe even 45 minutes extra. You got to keep an eye on the water, don't let it dry up. And that's it. But just know that you don't really need a pressure cooker. You can use this type of technology technique. You can get one. The good thing about these also is double purpose. You can use it for sterilizing your stuff, but you can use it for pasta or other things. It's the regular double boiler. Of course, I would get it bigger. This one's too small. I don't have a bigger one. Get a bigger one. They're like this big, this tall. Or get one of these on Amazon. And that's it. That's what I wanted to talk about. You can replace a pressure cooker with a double boiler type of pot for sterilizing and pasteurizing and all that neat stuff. All right. Hope this helps.